Hello everyone and welcome to our hip opening flow class. Today I would like to show you a range of movements that you can use in your daily practice to improve your hip flexibilities and your hip opening. Now let's start our practice in a balasana position. My big toes are touching, the knees are in line with the sides of the chest. I'm pressing my hands into the ground to lengthen the front of the body, and from here I'm moving forward and surrendering to gravity. Let's begin our practice by keeping the elbows straight so that we can allow the sides of the chest to open. Let's begin by grounding the buttocks to the heels. If this is difficult, we can catch the sides of the mat, push the mat forward and allow the buttocks to sink to the floor. Relax the hands. Allow the skin of the forehead to move down to the eyes. From here, press into the feet and lift up into your cat pose. Now, tuck the toes under, press the hands forward, and let's find our first Adho Mukha Svanasana, very relaxed downward facing dog. Without straightening the knees yet, ground the inner portion of the hands, and now gently take the feet hips distance apart and extend the knees and bend the knees. Let's give some fluidity to the knee joint. Whenever we work the hips, we have to think about mobilizing the ankles and the knees as well. Now keep the legs straight and gently take the heels down one at a time and allow the back of the head to move down to the ground. Push the hands forward and open the armpits to the knees. The back of the head is heavy and hands. From here, lift the heels up, posteriorly tilt and find your big wave. Come to the knees and down. Again, inhale, come up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the heels up, posteriorly tilt, connect the pubic bone to the sternum, big wave. Chaturanga. Find your knees on the ground, toes touching, and balasana. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, come up. Inhale, tap the toes. Exhale, push the hands forward, open the armpits to the knees, and find length. From here, lift the heels up and step the right foot in between the hands. Take the hands under the shoulders, straighten up the front leg, fix the back foot heel so that you can find grounding into both feet. Allow the back of the head to come down and we find our Paschimottanasana. Press the hands into the ground, inhale, lift up, bend the elbows and exhale down gently. Let's continue with this pattern. Push the feet into opposite directions. Allow the belly button to move towards the right leg, the front leg. Whenever you lift up, try to open up the space of the belly. So you lengthen the spine, and then from the length you find, go forward and hug the front leg. From here, press the hands into the ground, look forward, lift the back heel up, bend and extend the right knee. Again, let's keep finding mobility and fluidity for the knees. Now, keep the right knee bent 90 degrees, push the right knee against the right armpit. So you can find integrity into this back leg, pushing backward. Now push the feet in opposite directions, arms over the head, inhale, Virabhadrasana, knee on the ground, and from here, exhale, go forward. Inhale, come up. Allow the elbows to come into the sides of the chest. And exhale, close forward. Let's move into a flexion and into an extension respectively. This is our flexion and this is our extension. Mobilizing the hip flexors at this point in time. One more time. Inhale, sink in. Exhale, take the hands down. Connect the big toes of the left foot down. Get 90 degrees angle into the right leg. Press with the left hand into the floor. Inhale and find a gentle twist here. I keep pushing the right buttock back. And I'm pressing the left hand into the floor to take the sternum up to the ceiling. My left knee becomes strong. The left quadriceps is inviting the left knee to straighten up. Last one, take the right hand down, bounce into the right knee, and downward facing dog. Sense the difference in between the right leg and the left leg. Sense the difference in between the right armpit and the left armpit. Lift both heels up and step the left foot in between the hands. And from here, straighten up the left leg. Take the hands under the shoulders and fix the back foot. And we find our Paschimottanasana. From here, allow the spine to relax and find depth with gravity. Press the hands into the ground when you inhale, look up, and exhale down. Connect the feet that push in opposite directions. Allow the back leg to roll internally so that the belly button is facing the left leg. And when you press the hands, sense how the sternum is moving away from the pubic bone, opening the belly, and use the space you have in the belly to hug the left quadricep and find depth. Last one, inhale, look up, lift the back heel up, and bend and extend the left knee. Keep the left knee bent. Press the left knee against the left arm, and from here push the feet in opposite directions, arm over the head. Inhale, come up from Virabhadrasana, take the back knee down, and exhale, find your flexion. Inhalation brings me up, the elbows invite the chest to open. Exhale, I'm closing. Let's continue with this pattern. One more time. Inhale, open up the chest, hold the posture. Exhale, take the hands down. Find again 290 degrees angle, tuck the toes of the right leg under, straighten up the right leg. Press the right hand into the floor, straighten up the left arm to the ceiling. Take the left buttock back and press the right hand into the floor and reach up with the left hand. Take the left arm down, bounce into the left knee, in downward facing dog. Now, from our Tadasana position, we're going to begin to flow and find these patterns of hip opening and hip closing. From here, raise both your heels up and take the arms up. Inhale, exhale, come down. One more time. Inhale, exhale, Tadasana. Now, floating Tadasana, lift the heels up, find your balance, bend the knees, take the arms alongside the shoulders, take the hands in Namaskara, floating Utkatasana, and now find floating Malasana, sit down. Now from here, release the arms and see if you can sit down with the heels and find the floor. And one more time, come up. And slowly find your depth. Now I'm finding the heels down and I'm fixing my feet and I turn them out 45 degrees. I'm keeping my arms alongside the shoulders. I'm lifting my right heel up and I'm taking my right knee to the left heel. Lift and connect and gently sit down. Come back to the center. You can use Vimanasana arms or you can hold your hands to the front. Lift the left heel, connect the left knee to the right heel and sit. And let's find deep medial rotation, knee to opposite foot, and external rotation from Malasana. Now from here, we are going to find another pattern. I'm going to take my left knee to the right heel and I'm sitting down. I'm posteriorly tilting, I'm leaning back, I'm letting go of the right leg and I'm holding it up here. Bend the right knee and roll it externally. Inhale, take both arms up. Right hand down, left hand onto the right knee and twist. Push the left knee onto the floor to allow the left hip to come forward. Take the sternum to the right shoulder. Come back to the center, inhale. Posteriorly tilt, exhale. Lift the right leg up. Bend the right knee. Load the right heel. Inhale, find the center. Change side. Take the right knee to the left heel and sit back. Posteriorly tilt, straighten up the right leg. Roll the outer leg, roll the left leg externally and take the left foot down to the ground. Inhale, anteriorly tilt, lift up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand onto the side of the left knee. Allow the sternum to come towards the left shoulder. Press the right knee down to allow the right hip to move forward. Come back to the center. Go back into a posterior tilt. Straighten up the left leg. Bend the knee. Load the left heel and come back. One more drill. Lift the left heel. Connect the knee to the opposite foot. And now from here, straighten up this leg. Bend it, but take the heel in line with the knee. Now charge your right heel and come up. And find this connection into the front of the body. Come back down. Sit. Straighten up. Reconnect. Load the right heel and change side. Right knee to the left. Sit down. Straighten up the left leg. Now take the left heel to the right knee and charge the heel. Lift up and find yourself small. One last time. Come down to the floor. Lift the left leg up. Bend the knee. Load the heel. Come back. Take the hands to the floor and press the hands into the ground to lift yourself up. Uttanasana. Rest the back of the head down. Allow the shoulders to relax. The back of the head is moving down to the floor. Bend both knees, take the legs back. And from here, come on to your kneeling position. And let's have a look at our second hip opening possibility. Let's find our Parigrasana position. Right heel in line with the left knee. Arms alongside the shoulders. Right arm comes up. Right shoulder comes up to the ear. So I'm opening the space for the right lung. Inhale, lean gently back. Charge the left tibia so that you can push gently the left hip forward. Now exhale and allow the right arm to rest onto the right knee. Palm facing down. Press the right hand onto the tibia and the sternum is moving up to the ceiling. Now reach with the left hand up towards the ceiling and sense the length coming through the left side of the body. Exhale, left arm over the head. From here, keep taking the buttocks down to the floor and the left shoulder up to the ear. Press into the right heel and sense the right femur coming into the body and push the left hip gently out. The left ear is moving up to the ceiling. Now the left arm is rotating, circumducting, and it's taking me up and out of the pose. From here, I'm taking the right foot a little bit more out and I'm sinking in and out. From a static to a dynamic parigrasana, and we can load this right leg with the upper body sinking in and out. And from here, we can add one more movement, which is our medial rotation. Come up, lift the right heel, take the right knee to the left, and exhale posteriorly tilt. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And let's continue. We find deep hip opening in a progressive pattern. Feel free to stop where your body feels more comfortable at this point in time. And that's enough. Take the right knee to the left and switch side. Left heel in line with the right knee. Arms in line with the shoulders. Left arm comes up. Left shoulder to the ear. Open the left side of the body. Exhale, elbow to the knee. Palm facing down. This is helping me the connection of the left palm to the left tibia to take the sternum up to the ceiling by pressing these 2 points towards each other, and the chest is coming up. The right arm is directing the sternum upward and opening the side ribs. Exhale, take the arm over the head. Lean backward, posteriorly tilt so you connect the right buttock to the back of the right knee. The right shoulder is moving up to the ear, and then I'm activating the left heel and I'm drawing the left femur back. And with the breath, I'm opening the right lung to the ceiling. With the right ear, I'm pointing towards the ceiling and the left ear is pointing to the floor. The right arm comes down and brings me up. Left foot out and sink. Dynamic parigrasana. I'm moving straight away with my left hand on the floor, charging, loading and unloading. And I'm moving into my left knee to the right, posteriorly tilt, and again. It's the same pattern that we saw before, but in a wider perspective. Last one. Come back up, take the left knee, sit back, and relax. Now, before moving forward, let's sense what the previous movement left onto the body. There is an imprint that comes after a movement. I'm sensing the inner portion of the thighs and the outer portion that I've been working on are now activated. I can sense how the sides of the chest are elongated and the spine is longer and taller. The breath is smoother. And I'm allowing the shoulders to be relaxed. Now from here, let's move on to the third pattern by taking 2 blankets. We take 2 blankets and prepare our Mandukasana, which is our blueprint for the goddess pose. So we take the knees onto the blankets and have 2 90 degrees angle into the knees and just allow the hips to sink to the ground. The pubic symphysis, this portion into the front of the hips, is going to be heavy and sinking down. The elbows are onto the floor and just allow the legs to slide out. I'm allowing the chin to come to the chest, the back of the head to be relaxed, and I begin moving back and forth. Now from here, I stop to the center point and I'm going to an anterior tilt and a posterior tilt. I tuck the tailbone under and then I take it up to the ceiling. If the body allows you from here, use your hands to slide the knees more out, away from each other, and sense the pubic bone becoming heavy. If the body allows you to do this without a block, take the sternum on the ground, otherwise feel free to have support of a blanket or of a block under your sternum. Now from here, take a few deep breaths to allow the inner groin to sink in respect of gravity towards the floor. And begin anteriorly tilting and posteriorly tilting. Now from here, find the still point and lift only the right foot to the ceiling. And now we are finding a strong medial rotation. There is lack of mobility usually in these movements. And change side, begin with the left. There is lack of mobility because we are at the end of the range of motion. So it's very difficult to move, but it is trying to move in this small space that is going to create more room for hip opening. Find your still point, and once again, if you can, allow the hips to slide out. Last drill is going to take us to move both feet to the ceiling at the same time. There is a double medial rotation of the femurs. And one more time, and just rest here. Take the hands back under the sternum, lift up, drag the knees towards each other, and let's take a little rest. One more time, sense how the inner groins have been working. Now from here, we're going to move on to our last drill of hip opening. Everything we've done has been preparing us to get onto this goddess flow. This requires two blocks, as if we wanted to have a chair. So we sit down onto the blocks, and now we have this opening that we have created to explore the goddess with freedom. The feet are pointing outwards and the knees are abducting. From here, I'm anteriorly tilting and posteriorly tilting. I'm opening the belly when I'm coming front, and I'm going in a posterior tilt and contracting the belly. I'm keeping the anterior tilt. I'm opening the arms a little more, as if I was hugging a big ball in front of me. Now I take the body weight into the heels, lift up and touch, up and down. Keep pushing the knees away from each other. Let's feel the thighs burning. I'm pushing the femurs back and the chest a little forward. And relax here. Take the knees towards each other and lie down into this seated balasana. Now I like to give as much of rest as I need to give to my body, but for the sake of the class, I'm going to keep going a little faster from here. Now let's move on to our second possibility of the goddess pose. Going to an anterior tilt, press into the heels and come up. Arms alongside the shoulders, take the right hand down and the left arm over the head. Now draw the left femur back into the body. Take the right elbow towards the right knee and vice versa, and take the sternum up to the ceiling. Take the left shoulder to the ear. Now from here, rotate the sternum down and up to the ceiling. Inhalation brings me up, exhalation down. Last one, come up. If you're tired, rest. Otherwise, left hand down, right arm over the head. Press into the right heel, draw the right femur back. Press the left elbow to the knee and take the sternum up to the ceiling. Take the right shoulder to the ear and exhale down, de-rotate, rotate. Inhale, de-rotate the sternum up and down. Last one, come up, back to the center and sit. Wow, very strong. Now from here, allow the feet to move out and the knees to come towards each other and rest into this medial rotation of the femurs. It's just to compensate a little. You can hug the elbows under the knees. Find whichever position is comfortable and feels like it's releasing the lower back too. From here, relax, come up, and let's have a look at our third possibility of the goddess. Now from here, anteriorly tilt, posteriorly tilt, find your anterior tilt, load the hips, press into the heels. Now straighten up the right leg, charge the left, sit down, change, load the left leg, straighten up the right, and sit. One more time. And rest. Let's move into the fourth possibility of the goddess for today. Let's start again from our anterior and posterior tilt. Find your anterior tilt, load the hips up. Lift the hips, straighten up only the right leg, lean onto the left side. Arms alongside the shoulder. Now pivot from the right leg and lift the right heel up. And now I'm facing forward with the body. Take the right knee to the chest. Find yourself small and slowly lower down. Take the right knee to the floor and sit back. Lean backward and find your Navasana. Straighten up the left leg. Bend the left knee, load the hip up, and from here push, 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 and lift yourself up. Find the right leg back and find again your goddess pose and sit. Again, beautiful movement. Let's go. Anterior tilt, straighten up the chest, yeah? Lift the hips up, straighten up the left leg. Now take the left heel to the ceiling and face forward. This is like a low lunge. Take the knee to the chest and slowly come down. Sit with the buttocks down if the body allows. Straighten up the right leg. Navasana. Bend the right knee. Load the right foot. Lift up and come back with the left leg. Goddess and sit. And from here we could do different variations. This is a very good practice to open the hips and strengthen the legs and the core. Now all the work that we have been doing could be translated into a Parivritta Janu Shirshasana. I invite you to watch my other video on Parivritta Janu Shirshasana, which is a follow-up of these types of movement. I hope you enjoy, and now take a nice resting Shavasana.